What's going on, guys? So I usually do G8 lights, but today I was going to work on my own personal 4Runner, and I really like the Morimoto tails, but I don't have the money for them right now, so I was just going to tint my factory tails with this light tint. And I always like to do things that are a little bit unique, and I figured I would share this modification that I did. So this one's not modified yet, but the modification is the ability to have two reverse bulbs and a blinker still intact. So I'll run through what you need for the project, and then I'll kind of show you what I did with mine. So that one just went off. So this is a 7443 plug. Let me see if I have another one. Looks like this. You can buy them on Amazon. 7443, 3157. Also, you can find the plugs occasionally, but I happen to have a bunch of these and they fit pretty well. And this is a 7443 switchback bulb, which means it's dual filament, kind of like your forward blinker bulbs, but one filament is white, while the other filament is amber, like that. And this also has a chip or a computer inside of it, so it will interrupt the white in the event that you're on white, like this, like that, and you put the blinker on, it'll interrupt the white, and then the white will come back on when you're done. Ignore the flashing, I'm just trying to do this with one hand. So you need one of these. You need one of these 7443 plugs, one 7443 switchback bulb. This is the factory bulb here. And this is a load resistor. So this is a 50 watt load resistor. You can buy these on Amazon, super cheap as well. And lastly, I got a couple of spade connectors and a couple of butt connectors like this. So what I did on mine, on the other one, and I'll show you in a minute, is took this bulb out and cut this plug here. And then I've stripped back this wire here to use this red wire. This red wire is the positive for the reverse. So what I've done with the new one is taken this plug. Now these side pieces here, the fat parts, are a little bit fat to fit in this plug. So what I find really easy to do is just kind of play with it and take a little razor blade like this and shave the sides of these plugs like that. Shave, shave, shave until it fits. Another thing I like to do, because I off-road a lot, and you can see there's already some remnants on this particular bulb, is I put one layer of electrical tape between the bulb and the socket. Especially with aftermarket bulbs, the vibration tends to shake these real long bulbs, and eventually they can come loose. So I like to secure them with one little strip of electrical tape, and it usually fits just fine in there. So once you have this little plug modified, it will fit inside of here. So you'll have a dual filament bulb there, which you will wire to this. If you can see the plug wires on this, you got a black and you got a green and yellow. Now, as it just so happens, the harness that I have has the same color coding. So this green and yellow here goes to this green and yellow here. And this black and white goes to this black. And this red one here goes to that red one there. So what I did on mine was this load resistor here connects from this wire here. One end of the load resistor goes to the black and white wire. The other end of the load resistor goes to the green and yellow wire. That will trick your computer into thinking that there is a bulb in here when there's an LED bulb in here. That's pretty much standard for any LED swap of your blinker bulb. And then what I did on mine, because if you open the taillight, you can almost see the dirt mark here, but there's a connection point here, and then there's a piece of steel that goes here for the factory housing. And in order to connect a wire from here to here, I wanted to be able to kind of do it inside of the car. So I used these spade connectors and a small piece of wire, wherever that piece of wire went, wire like this, to connect that red one to this red one with a spade in the middle. So then you've got those two connected. So we'll go look at it on the car. I'll kind of show you from the back, and then I'll turn them on so you can see. So if you look in back here, you can see the plug that I added right there. Let's see if I can get this to focus. You can see the plug that I added right there with the black and the green connected to the black and the green there. And this 50-watt load resistor connected to those two wires. You see how I put them into the butt connector? And that's a heat shrink butt connector with glue in it, so it's completely waterproof. Not that it matters because it's inside. And lastly, like I said, the lower bulb, that reverse bulb, I connected the red wire to and connected it with this spade connector. This means when I take the light out, I can just disconnect that and pull the whole light out just like factory. If you were really clever, or if you wanted to do it a little bit cleaner, you could take this rubber piece off and route the wire back and around. But I wasn't gonna go to that much trouble. So without further ado, I'll show you kind of what this looks like. Let me go over here. So we'll start with the factory blinker. Just blinker by itself. So that's a nice look, better amber color from the blinker that was there.